guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today, we will be unboxing and reviewing an oxygen concentrator. This is Yuwell 7F-5Mini. So this is a heavy-duty oxygen concentrator, and I bought it online. So let's check it out. Okay, so it's full of carton. It's really secured well. Okay, so the first thing that I saw when I opened the package is it comes with this one, a humidifier and a nasal cannula. Also, it comes with, let's see, a product manual and an extra filter. And now we have here the machine. It's actually a bit heavy, so let me just stick it out. Okay, so it's actually heavy because this is a heavy-duty oxygen concentrator. So let's just remove the plastic. Okay. So here now you have the whole machine, the whole oxygen concentrator. Okay. It's actually it's quite heavy, but you can still lift it. And one good thing about this is it has a set of wheels wherein you can just roll it in an even surface. You can just bring it around wherever you want to go, especially if you have a mobile patient. So maybe your patient is not bedridden and your patient wants to roam around your house, so it's better to have a set of wheels. Anyway, let's try to set this up. Actually, this is very user-friendly. You don't have to have technical knowledge on how to operate an oxygen concentrator because this is very user-friendly. Okay, so now let's discuss the different parts and components of these oxygen concentrator. So as what I said earlier, this comes with a humidifier. So it also comes with a connector tube. So you just have to set this up like this. Okay. So if you can see in my video, we have here an LCD screen. So what you will see here is the duration of your oxygenation. So once you turn it on, you will see here the number of hours and minutes, the time that has elapsed when you're using this oxygen concentrator. It also has a reset button, but usually we don't use this reset button. And then of course the power switch. So it's really simple. So this is just a switch button. Next, on this part, we have here the regulator. You have the gauge. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has a 5-liter capacity. So you can just regulate your oxygen concentrator using this notch here. If you want maximum flow, just twist it. until you get your desired dose, or depending upon your doctor's order. Next, this one should be connected here. So this is where the oxygen will come out, and it will go through our humidifier, and then of course you should have water inside. So for the water, we recommend distilled water. Do not use tap water or mineral water because it contains heavy minerals in which it might do some damage in your tubes, or it's not good for the patient. So just use distilled water. Or if you don't have distilled water, at least purified water or sterile water. Okay? So it has the maximum and the minimum. So just put the water in between. Okay? Now, this oxygen concentrator has filters. We have the first stage filter, which is located on 3 sides of the machine. So this is very simple to remove. It feels like a sponge, and it's recommended to clean it every 2 weeks. So just remove this every 2 weeks and then wash it. It's not really specified what kind of detergent or what kind of disinfectant you're going to use. So just try to wash it with a mild detergent. This is also a first stage filter. Okay, and on this side it also comes with the first stage filter. And then you can see here there is an open filter access. So this is our access for the second stage filter. Let's try to see if we can open this. Actually, it's actually quite. I don't know if I can open it. Okay, so I just grabbed the scissor and let's try if we can open it. Okay, so we were able to open our access to the second stage filter. So here is our second stage filter, and to open this, just twist it here, and here's our filter. Okay, so as what when I opened the machine earlier, it already contained a free second stage filter. So it's recommended to change the filter every month, once a month. Or if it's already dirty, even though it's not yet a month, you have to change it. But the thing is, I tried looking online for a replacement filter, but sad to say, I was not able to find one. Okay, so that's it. It has a power cord, of course. This oxygen concentrator is power dependent, so you have to turn it on or you have to plug it in for this to be powered. So this is a 220. It requires 220 electricity, 220 volts. So it's the typical voltage here in the Philippines. Okay, now I did check some other oxygen concentrators and compared it to this one, and I also did some. I read some reviews, and they prefer this Yuwell oxygen concentrator for the reason that this is a heavy duty and low maintenance oxygen concentrator. Why did I say that this is heavy duty? Because you can use this for 24 hours a day for 7 days straight. So you don't have to turn this off. Okay, so maybe you can buy a much cheaper oxygen concentrator, but the thing is you have to turn it off once in a while because it might uh, shorten its lifespan. And aside from that, it's costly to maintain a other oxygen concentrators. Unlike this one, you can just it doesn't require much maintenance. You just have to clean this the body with detergent soap or alcoholize it or any disinfectant. But for me, I actually use bleach, color safe bleach. Why? Because I want my machine to be disinfected thoroughly. So for me, it's cheaper to use bleach. But make sure that what you're using is color safe bleach, because if you will be using a regular bleach, you might discolor the cabinet or the body of our oxygen concentrator. Okay? Next, if you try to compare this with an oxygen tank, so you have to weigh the benefit and the disadvantages of an oxygen concentrator. First, first advantage is it it produces continuous oxygen supply. Okay, so you don't have to refill it. Unlike in a typical oxygen tank, wherein after a day or two or even hours, wherein you empty your water tank or your oxygen tank, you have to refill it. You have to call the oxygen supplier and then have it delivered to your home. But the thing is, it might be too much of a hassle. Okay? Especially right now wherein we are in a pandemic. So, for example, your patient is positive for COVID-19, and you know for a fact that all of us, if not majority, is afraid of COVID-19. So if you are the delivery guy, of course you don't want to deliver oxygen to a COVID positive patient. Okay, so it's better to have this machine because you can use this all day, every day. Okay. Next, one of its advantages also is that it's very mobile. As what I've said earlier in the beginning of this video, you can just move it around your house. Unlike a typical oxygen concentrator, typical oxygen tank wherein it's fixed in a specific corner in your home or in your room. So you can't move it around. Even if you have a portable oxygen tank, you have to carry it around. So that would be the advantages. Now let's go to the disadvantages of this oxygen concentrator. First is its capacity. For this oxygen concentrator, it only has 5 liters per minute. So it can only produce 5 liters per minute. So if your patient has a higher oxygen demand, more than 5 liters, let's say your patient is prescribed 6 liters, 7 liters, 8 liters, or 10 liters of oxygen per minute, so this oxygen concentrator is not for you or for your patient. Okay, so it only has 5 liters per minute limit or capacity. Also, since it's electric powered, you have to plug it in. And here in the Philippines, we do experience a lot of power outages. And if there's a power outage, of course, your machine will not work. Okay? So what you can do is to have a backup oxygen tank, or you can have a backup power generator. So that's for the disadvantage. But you just have to weigh those things. And aside from that, also is the outright cost of this thing. Well, it's not cheap by the Philippine standard, so you have to, well, you really have to um, invest in this thing, especially if you have a patient who's using oxygen for a long term, for, let's say, um, elderly patients, or patients on dialysis, and patients with typically pulmonary diseases. So if you have that kind of patient and you anticipate that you will be using a lot of oxygen, it's actually cheaper in the long run if you will buy an oxygen concentrator as compared to renting a oxygen tank. So which is really a hassle, and for me it's really costly. Okay, so that's it. If you do have any questions, comments, or any other um, concerns about this machine, you can always comment down below, and please do consider subscribing to my channel for more videos. Until my next video, see you next time. Bye bye.